Hello everyone, Barton here, and in this video we're going to go over sensitivities and how they affect how your aircraft will fly in the game. Now, the sensitivities are linear by stock and they have absolutely zero dead zones. And for me, I found out that it's a really bad thing because my Thrustmaster Warthog that I've had for 5 years has gotten a little sloppy over time, and not having dead zones is a really bad thing for stability because it just puts in a lot of control that you don't necessarily want and certainly don't need with very minimal inputs. So I'm going to go ahead and fly a 1v1 versus an LA5 Ace AI with the stock non-adjusted sensitivities for the game and show you how bad it is, and then I'm going to go into the settings and show you what I set my sensitivities to, and then show you exactly how much of a difference that makes with the stability of the aircraft and the controllability of the aircraft. So here we go. Hopefully this isn't too embarrassing. Oops. Hello. Since I'm used to World War I flight simulators, I'm still a little rusty with my 20mm aim, at least here in Battle of Stalingrad. I haven't flown close to Dover in a long time, so I have no idea how bad my aim has gotten in that game. There's a hit. You can see the nose is kind of wobbling around quite a bit. There's some more hits, that's nice. There's a good kill. And for whatever reason, the Ace AI doesn't really do much in a 1v1. Like in Rise of Flight, they don't really use their maximum turn rate to any advantage. As we go through our maneuvers here, the aircraft stall is really easy. You don't even really have to use that much stick in order to get this thing to move. And the nose bobs up and down and wobbles back and forth. You go across, you can see how unstable the nose is and how hard it would be to actually get your nose onto an opponent. Player opponent especially, who's really working their plane to keep themselves out of your gun sight. So we'll go into our sensitivities after we finish this mission. I should have just restarted, but oh well. I'll just go right back into it. And as soon as it pauses, we'll go into our settings, key mapping, and here we are with our plane pitch control. I had this set pretty high to 58% for sensitivity. That gives us a really nice curve here, and my dead zone I had set to 12% because the center is really sloppy for me. And then the roll control, I didn't put to as big of a percentage because I like using the Focke-Wulf 190, and the roll rate I want to come in a little bit faster, a little bit sooner. So I only set that to 36%, although it still gives me a pretty good curve. And I also set the dead zone for this to 12%. My rudders aren't as bad for dead zone, but I did like to put about 8% there to give me a little bit of leeway. then I put my sensitivity for this one down to 30%. We'll accept those, and then we'll go ahead and fight again and see what kind of a difference that makes. Immediately, it is noticeable that the aircraft is far easier to control. It's not porpoising quite as much. You get a little bit easier fine adjustments for taking your shots, for following an aircraft around a turn. If this guy were to roll the other direction, it'd be a lot easier to follow. Holy crap. I didn't expect that. Wow, even I was surprised by that one. We'll go through some maneuvers here. See that the aircraft is far more controllable. It feels a little bit better. And I think this is because I don't really have force feedback, so the more you pull back on the stick, the more resistance you would have, because these things are directly connected to your control surfaces. And the more you pull back on the stick, the more air you are displacing in order to make that maneuver. So the more resistance you would get through the stick. You don't have that in this game without force feedback. So you kind of have to model that in to your sensitivities artificially. And that helps you get a little bit more fine control in the middle of your sensitivities, in the middle of your stick's throw, but still gives you plenty of the full effect of the aircraft's maneuverability if you want to pull all the way back on the stick. You can still get this thing to pull some IG maneuvers. But you have to force it a little bit more with the sensitivity set a little bit higher, a little bit better curve for your elevators. And I hope this video helps people get their sensitivity set right so that they can fly these aircraft and be a little bit more stable, and hopefully increase their accuracy, or at least be able to increase their stability for when they're chasing an enemy, and their controllability for when they need to evade an enemy. Thanks for watching, and have a good day, everyone. See you in the air.